so stressful. Like I was literally tapping my foot. Okay, well, I guess we could just start. There's no one here yet. So. Yeah, we're live. Zoe, do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, perfect.
Really? Yeah. You want a picture?
Oh, yeah. Did I just end it?
Therese, are you speaking? This is my piercing. That's a piercing.
You put it right here. You want to do anything?
I've been thinking I want to get this piercing. Oh no.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
that one looks so cute.
Oh, I'm a third year. Hello. Yeah. Imagine if people were like waiting, like refreshing the page constantly, like, why isn't there a trap line?
I thought that.
I mean, hey 4 people just joined.
Oh, there's 4 people watching. Hey guys, welcome back to Voice Chat. Hi. Here back with
I forgot to turn up the volume.
I mean,
it was just very faint.
Let's try it. You turned it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to Voice Chat.
Hi, Annalise. Wow, Annalise, you're such a G. You're here every time.
Glad you guys can tune in, come vibe with us. We appreciate it. Definitely.
Very much.
And now let's give you guys a schedule for today.
Yes, I don't even know the schedule.
Don't worry. I'm responsible last time. I'm not that responsible, but we're gonna advocate. Okay, so we're gonna first start off with what are our favorite movies in the world.
Ah. Okay.
Then we're gonna go into our first time experiences. A few questions added to the side, some like deep questions, and then probably the bedtime story.
The bedtime story.
Yes, we have another one. That's gonna be like our regular day now.
If I could find them, they're actually really hard to find.
Really?
Yeah, like all you get is the 3 Little Pigs and stuff like that.
Oh dang! First one you found was so good, and the second one too.
Yeah.
I kind of like the first one more.
I do too. Yeah. I do too.
Yeah. Nice. What's your favorite movie and why?
Okay. So, I don't really like movies, nor do I really watch movies. I don't know why I don't really like movies. I just think like the connotation with movies and me having to sit still for an hour. I could watch K-dramas that are an hour, but if they were called a movie instead of a K-drama, I probably wouldn't watch it. Okay, I am a pure movie hater. Yeah, it's basically a movie, but it's better. Okay, so, but the one movie I was very obsessed with as a child that's now owned by Disney, so I'm going to call it a Disney movie, is Anastasia, not Fanastasia, Anastasia, mostly because I like her story, as how she was an orphan, and then, like, the boy that helped her escape the fire, if you haven't watched it, sorry, spoilers heavily, helped her escape the fire as she was a child, like, she was a princess of, like, England or something, helped her escape a fire, and then she became an orphan, and then that boy, he became broke, because he was working in the kitchen, so he was already broke, but he became even broker, because he lost, like, his job. So, like, they basically end up on a journey together, and he's actually trying to turn her in for a reward, because he notices that she looks exactly like the princess, and he's, like, the person that knows. But he's not sure if she is the princess, but, you know, he's trying to get a reward regardless. And, like, it was a good movie, and, like, the songs are amazing, and they have, like, they have the boogeyman and everything, and then the most part I liked about it the most was probably that her grandmother was getting so, like, upset with all the false people that were trying to pretend like they were the princess, that she was so tired and she wasn't gonna see the girl that was actually the princess until the girl opened up, like, the music box that she had found in like the royal castle, the one that got burned down because they went there during the movie. And she started singing the song that only her and her grandma knew, and I love that song. And it was such a sweet movie, and it's so different from like the normal Disney movies where the princess gets saved by a prince or da 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 da. And I know you're gonna be like, Tiana's like that too, but I didn't really like that movie either.
Yeah, with the frog.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie at all.
Yeah.
But,
it was like okay.
Yeah, I don't really like Disney movies, so the fact that this movie wasn't a Disney movie but is now called a Disney movie because Disney bought Fox is very aggravating to me, but it's fine.
Therese, you wanna go next? Okay. Okay, so my favorite movie, it's an old time movie, Matilda. I don't know why, but that movie just resonated with me. Like the whole plot. There probably are better movies that I've watched, but for some reason this Matilda just resonated with me.
Right.
So, why do I like this movie? Cause I don't know, it's just cause she like believed. Oh, that movie. My bad. I'm about to go to a whole other topic. Okay, so I guess cause she believed that like she had powers, right? And then like she used her powers to like do stuff, right? Is that how the movie went, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, Matilda. Yeah, right? I kind of forgot that movie. I think so, because I was going to say, like, I think that's why I like the movie. It's because, like, she believed so much that, like, she had, like, powers and stuff like that. That's not Matilda. You're mixing up movies. I'm like, wait, what? Let me see. You guys over here. Wait, I think they're talking about the movie that I picked. Well, what kind of Disney movie, though? So good. Okay. Matilda isn't a Disney movie. Is it a Disney movie? I don't know.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just gonna go while you figure that out. Okay, so I have two movies. The first one is called The Little Princess. It was made in 1995. It's so good. You should definitely watch it. And it's basically about, my mom put me onto this movie. It's basically about like this little girl who her dad has to go to the war. So she's put into like this boarding school, and she like can't speak to her dad because her dad's in the war. So she's in this horrible like orphanage kind of. Oh, I just spoiled it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, long story short, she's there, and she finds out later on that her dad dies in the war.
Yeah.
And she had this one necklace that like reminded her of her dad because he gave it to her, and then she got that taken away. And then she met this mysterious, like this man who was like, he was like an Indian guy, and he like lived across the street from the orphanage, and he would always like leave his window open so his pet monkey could go to see her, right? And like brighten up her day, I guess. And like she would like come up with these stories and be like, she would basically use her imagination, and then later on she found out that her imagination wasn't actually her imagination. She was actually making stuff come true.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, exactly. I'm just like, wow, if you believe in yourself enough, it'll actually come true.
Right.
And she was put in an attic for misbehaving multiple times. And she was put in that attic with one candle and a chalk. And the next morning she woke up and she had silk robes, all this fancy food, this and that. And when she woke up, she looked out her window and the Indian man was smiling at her, and with the monkey on his shoulder. And I don't want to spoil the rest, but
is he like her fairy godmother?
Not really. He was more of like a reminder to always believe in yourself and realize that the magic is within you. So that movie kind of resonated with me because like it just always makes me think like even if you're left with nothing, you can always create something.
Wow, that movie sounds so good.
Right? Like, I feel like I've watched it before, but I don't really know. But that was a really fire, like, explanation. I like the way they explain that. Thank you.
Well,
and need more time. I have a list of movies.
And Alicia says that her favorite movies is Freedom Writers or Pursuit of Happiness. And I don't know what Pursuit of Happiness is. And I'm surprised I know what Freedom Writers is. But I haven't watched it personally. I just had someone in my English class talk about it.
Isn't Pursuit of Happiness the one about Will Smith is in it? And it's like about this guy who's like completely broke, and him and his son are like they sleep inside of a bathroom in a train station. That movie was so good. If that's not that movie, yeah. I think so. Yeah, that movie is so good. That movie is so good. Oh yes. This movie was fire. Yeah, it was so sad. I'm gonna change my favorite movie. You're gonna change it? Yeah.
To what?
The Residence of Evil, the whole series too. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
I don't know. Oh, good. It's not really a zombies movie, but it is.
Come on, Trish. Come on.
Especially a girl, well, a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot her name because I watched the series like a long time ago. And there's like, I think a virus might have broken out because people were turning. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go on to the next series. Because I know the movie, but I watched it when I was young, so I'll probably need to watch it again to get the concept ready. But it was really good because it was like, then she would kind of like save the world. She was like an organization to kind of like save the world from like this virus. She was such a bad bitch too. Oh my gosh. And then, yeah. That's all I can remember at the moment. I'll come back to you whenever you watch it.
Okay.
Do you guys ever get like, I don't want to say vivid moments, but like these small snips of movies, and then it's like a whole deja vu, not deja vu, more like a flashback. Yeah, and you start to reminisce, and you're like, okay, I need to find this movie. I don't remember, but I need to find it.
Yeah, maybe more with songs.
Like, that's how I'll be getting like random like memories. Sometimes they be of like movies and be like, oh my gosh, the movie was so good. And I remember the whole plot and stuff. Literally.
Maybe with animes. Never with movies, though. Never with movies.
I don't know. I'm obsessed with kid movies. Because they focus on, like, core values. Not really, but, like, I see what you mean. Yeah. Like, that scene, like, don't give up, or keep at it. Yeah. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And sometimes when you watch it, like, too many times, like, what movie have I watched a million times? Let's see. I don't know. I've watched a bunch of movies a million times. Dark Crystal is so good. Dark Crystal? It's so freaking good. You guys should watch that. Gravity Falls, I'm obsessed with that show and what it represents, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to start anything. Because I feel like...
Therese?
That's all I'm saying.
Therese said The Basketball Diaries with Leo DiCaprio.
Ooh, I haven't watched that one.
I've heard of this one too because Leo DiCaprio's in it, and I've seen clips of it on Instagram before, and it looked really good. But I wouldn't want to watch it because it's a movie, but it looked really good.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah. Thank you for the recommendation. Not really recommendation, but I'm gonna watch it anyways. I feel like it's sometimes good to like look at, because you know sometimes if you like get too like deep into things, like you have like deep thoughts like constantly, and sometimes you just want to take a break from that, like think about like non-cool things. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes, okay, it's gonna sound, it's not suicidal, people. Okay, not suicidal. Get this in your head. But sometimes I just think about what happens after death.
I think everyone does.
I'm just thinking, I'm just like, my mind has endless ideas. Like, I'm just like, okay, so you need to chillax, and I'll go watch some type of like reality TV show or some movie to get my mind off of it, because I literally cannot stop obsessing over that question. And I'm just like, to go on to that question, why do you guys think we're here? Oh, stop.
Oh my god.
I already know.
I forgot what this was called. But it's like, I forgot what this was called. And I feel like Therese might know, because I'm vibing with her right now. But it's like, is it like a star child or something? But basically, there's this theory where there were different planets, right? And then each planet had like these beings, and then each being was sent from that planet. And what was this called? And each being was sent from that planet, and they
like a
and
movie,
and no. It's like zodiac signs, but like different. Like we were all different beings here. No, okay. So this, hold on. Okay, so Earth was a planet, yes. Earth was a planet, and then shush. There were Earth was a planet, and there's beings that come from other planets, right? In order to learn what humans know and experience what humans know. It's like a trial for them, right? And like there's different planets, and each being on this different planet, they live in a different like ecosystem and have different values and stuff like that. And I forgot what child I was. I think I was a indigo child. And
oh my god, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
And and then there's like rainbow children. I'm listening.
Yes,
Thank you, Therese.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yes, and my mom, and I went to my mom and I told her this, and she was like, "You're indigo child, right?" And I was like, "Did you know?" And and like basically, hold on, sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. But basically, you get these moments where you know you weren't from here. Oh, Therese knows too. And you know you weren't from here, right? And you're just like, you know that you're like. So have you ever had those moments where you're just like, why am I here? Like this isn't where I belong. Like, and you feel like homesick, you know? And I was like vibing with Indigo Child so heavily because I'm just like, wow, oh, you're a Crystal Child? Oh, that's so cool. And it's crazy because after I went through this, I found a TikTok page, and like they were like,
is it by a black guy?
That one too, but there was another one where they would show a bunch of pictures and say, like, do you reminisce with these pictures? And I was reminiscing before I knew which child I was, because I was reminiscing with the indigo pictures, and then because it was like showing our home planet, and then I went to go look up what an indigo child was, and I was like, yo, what? This is me.
Star Children.
Star Children, yes. Okay, thank you. All right, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, ready? So there was this guy that I saw on TikTok, right? And he was talking about the same thing that Grace was talking about, right? And there's indigo children. Basically, oh shoot, this is wrong. Hold on. Traits of indigo children. Important, this is all poop. Okay. They're creative, rebellious, emotional, skilled, crystal children. I don't remember. But one of them was like, you've been sent on this earth to spread love. And whatever that was, I reminisce with that. Because sometimes I think hatefully, and I literally hate when I think hatefully. When I say I hate someone, I hate that. I'm just thinking like, why can't we all just love each other? I don't understand. There's so much love in the world, but people choose not to use it. And I'm just like, ¿por qué? But yeah, I don't know which one I am.
I just found it crazy that some of us here aren't human beings, and we don't know that, but we chose to come to this planet to like learn what humans go through, and we're all sent here on a mission, but we don't know what our mission is. And by the time of our death, we should know what mission we were meant to fulfill on this earth. It's just so crazy because, like, wow. And then you start feeling homesick is the crazy part. Like, you're feeling homesick. Oh my god, I spelled Friday wrong. On the title of the stream.
Have you watched... Wait, what do I say? Oh, yeah. Have you watched Soul? Soul? The movie Soul?
Wait.
That movie is so spiritual. Oh my god.
Wait, are we talking about the movie that just came out?
Yeah.
Is it animated?
It has, like, little people.
Okay, I haven't watched it, but I do want to watch that movie.
Oh, this movie?
Yeah, with that guy. They were really advertising it well.
Okay, Disney.
Yeah.
And stuff.
It was made by the people that made Inside Out.
Yeah, that movie. I watched it like twice. It was so good.
Oh, you watched it?
It does seem good, but like it didn't really catch me. Like I feel like I didn't really want to watch it, but it did seem good.
I did want to watch it. I low-key forgot that it came out.
It doesn't seem bad, but it's like I'm not like, oh, I want to go watch that movie, right?
Right. Sorry for the background noise. I don't know what's happening over there.
Okay, so while we're here, let me answer this. I don't really know, but I guess to just experience like things, you know, because it's like if we weren't really here to experience things, why would we have experiences?
What do you mean by that?
And not to be here.
What do you mean we wouldn't have experiences?
Like right now, we're just like experiencing being on the phone right now.
You're like, so like humans are here to interact with each other. Is what you're saying?
thought about that. Say it again.
You're saying humans are here to interact with each other?
You don't have to interact with people to like have an experience.
That's true. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I understand.
You know, when like you feel like you like get put on a certain path.
Right.
Not like a certain path, but like that could kind of go into why you do things, and then what does that like lead to? You know, like say you wanna like have like a dream job, but then like I guess you would want to aim for that, but that would be like another experience that would be, I guess, quote unquote, on your path. You know?
Hear me out. Ready?
Yeah.
This is going back to the movie idea. So in the movie Soul, it's about this guy who dies, right? He has a huge passion.
Right, be a musician, right?
Yeah, he's a musician, and he's huge passion for playing the trumpet, I'm pretty sure. And he dies suddenly, right before his big day, like his big debut.
Yeah.
And what happens is, he learns throughout the movie that your purpose in life, which he tries to help this little girl find, well, this little soul find, and he realizes that your purpose in life is not your only purpose in life. And just because you think that you're good at, this is an example, you're good at drawing, boom, that shouldn't be your only purpose in life.
Yes, you see, that's what I was thinking. Like, we experience things, but like, that might not, see, going back to like, you wanting to like have like a dream job, that might not be like what is there for you. You could like be put.
I like that.
Or like you could just want to do something else.
Yeah.
That, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. Because, like, people think, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a basketball player. Once I be a basketball player, it's done for everyone, this and that. And then when you actually get there, and you're a basketball player, big-time basketball player, where do you go from there? When people imagine that, and then they stop. They don't
have
think
continuous goals.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, what's after you've achieved that? What do you do after that?
Right.
But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like that.
Okay.
It's kind of funny because my drama teacher like made us watch this video about that, and like it's kind of what we're talking about right now.
Wow, you really got me thinking.
Right.
Like, I was gonna think like, oh, maybe you don't actually have to know what's next. You know?
Definitely, you don't. That's the thing. Nothing is planned.
Yeah.
Nothing is planned for us, but the universe does have something in store for us.
I like thinking that. And I feel like the universe has something in store for us. But I know others would be like, God has something in store for me, or I have something. I like how there's different beliefs out there.
I was about to say that, like,
you know how people say, oh, go. You can go.
I'm gonna say like something along the same lines. I was gonna be like, oh, things are actually like what they seem, and then when people like try to strive for those, like, never mind. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you know how people like post like, oh, God's got a greater plan for me. God's got this and that for me. Not trying to mock anybody's religion here, but like, I'm spiritual. I don't believe in Jesus Christ or God. I believe I am God, and the universe is an infinite energy.
I don't like waiting for someone to change my fate or do something for me. I rather put my all into going towards something that I want instead of saying, just wait, God has something in store for me. I like to say, just wait, when I do this, that'll be it.
That'll be in store for me.
Yeah.
Yes!
Instead of waiting around. But like then again, God does have stuff in store for you guys that believe in him, because miracles do happen for those who believe. in anything, honestly. So, like,
Yeah, when you put your energy.
I'm not saying just because you're waiting and I'm going out and getting a bread that I'm better than you. No, it's gonna come to you eventually. I just don't know when. But I know when for me because I am entitled and empowered to my, time.
Definitely. More or less, not really about. I'm not gonna say that I feel like God is not real, but I'm gonna say that stuff that they put in like Bibles that they teach us, saying like, oh, you have to act a certain way to like go to heaven, or like if you sin, you're going to hell. I feel like that's not necessarily real, but it's like, why would like kind of. It's putting fear in people. Yeah, like
that. I feel like they don't really know. They don't really know.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, I just sit sometimes and just think about the world and where I'm at in the world. But like what Cherish was saying, I feel like there are many different Bibles out there, and some of them are just written by people that think they know. So what I would like to say is don't trust everything you hear from the Bible. Okay? Like
in general.
Like, cause it's just like history and textbooks that has gotten passed down through many, 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 many generations, and just like a lie or anything you say, the more it gets passed around, the more changes added to it, the more different it gets passed along. So, like, just because you're gay doesn't mean you're going to hell. That's just you. Like, if there was something like that, I don't think God would have given us the decision of picking our sexuality or giving us so much free reign if there was so much pressure and like shackles put on us, because they're putting so much rules to segregate and congregate people for their
I was thinking like,
benefit.
I feel like the Bible is a contradiction.
Right, because
like it literally contradicts itself.
Literally,
and people make up reasons for like why it's like that,
right.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And I was also gonna say, can we apply that? Do you think we could apply that idea to actual history?
I mean,
like we're just saying how the Bible was passed down for many years. It's like, yo, if we really think about it and we apply this to actual history books, do you think that'd be the actual truth?
I mean, I don't trust history.
It is the truth.
I don't trust history books either. I honestly don't trust history books either because they weren't there. I completely agree. I use this term and it's called the dark side of the Bible, and it's basically where people change up his words to satisfy their own stereotypes. Yes, literally.
Oh, that's why there's different
That's why there's different like religions. Bibles. There's different religions because there's Catholic and then there's Orthodox, I believe, and they're fighting each other, but they believe in the same God, which doesn't seem like that would go with his teachings, So it's just, yeah, the dark side is definitely very, very big, and people are very ignorant to it, and it's kind of sad because they go off preaching and putting their beliefs into other generations, and then generations go thinking that it's right when it's not.
New topic.
They're like,
who am I kind of to say that they're ideologically? I can't say this word. Can you guys help me say this word? Ideologically.
Ideology.
Ideology. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I was really struggling. Okay, and now I forgot what I was gonna say because I put so much into figuring out that word. So.
Next question.
Okay. Have you ever seen something that you cannot explain? Yes. Multiple times. You guys want to talk about it, or you guys just want to? You could put like a vague response. You don't really want to talk like about it, but. Okay, you ready for this? Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I don't care. I don't care. Okay. So, some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I'm a pyromaniac. That means I'm obsessed with fire. Okay. I'm a little obsessed with fire. I have like 16 lighters in my room, and I have a box of matches right next to me. And, yeah. So, basically, something I've seen and done that some of you may not believe, some of you may, but
my god, my phone just died. Oops. That's so awkward.
And
I forgot to charge my phone.
oh dang. Oh, your thing died.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I was sitting in a room and I had a candle in front of me. And I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can control fire, right?
Mhm.
So this is what I did. I sat down. I put my intentions into the air, right? And I was thinking, I was concentrating, and I was putting my energy into it. And I was like, Zoe, you about to do this, right? And I put my hand right next to it. There was no air in the room. There was no air circulation. There was no freaking evidence on how this is not possible. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Impossible. Yeah. And when I was doing it, it was like getting bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller. And I was like, I did not just do that. But yeah, that happened. But that one's not as exciting as this other one. But does someone want to go before I go? You want to go? Okay. So basically, this happened, I'd say, a few months before I got into a relationship, right? Hear me out. Ready? I took a candle, right? And I took a piece of paper. No, was it? No, that was for New Year's. Forget it. So I took a candle. I sat in silence, complete darkness. And I was putting my intentions into the air. Mind you, this person barely even paid attention to me. They didn't know me like that. And we cut each other off. Well, kind of. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I was putting my intentions, and I was like, I want this to work out. This is going to work out. But, hear me out. I didn't say for how long. I did not say for how long. That's where I went wrong. And I started manifesting, and I was like, Zoe, this is yours. You claim it. And it's gonna happen. And it did. A few months later, I was doing that. I don't want to give too much information, but it happened. It literally happened. I swear it did. Like, manifestation. Do y'all think that's like a superpower? Or like an ability, bro? Like, definitely. I don't know about superpower, but I do think that people can do it. So, like, if we put like so much energy into like believing that we could do something and it actually happens because we did that,
I feel like it's just motivation, and we do it with that motivation in mind, but we were always able to do it, but we weren't able to do it without that motivation, so then we blame it on the manifestation, you know?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But,
but yeah, that also has to do with like power of the mind, though, because if you wouldn't have believed that you can do it, and you're saying that would have been the reason why you wouldn't have been able to do it.
No, I feel like, you know, when you make a wish, but you unconsciously put energy towards that wish, so then it ends up happening.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my god, it's because of the wish, but it was actually just because of you.
But like, what would be why it was because of you?
Because you believed in that wish, but like you were always able of doing it, but you never tried because you didn't know you were able of doing it. But then you did that wish, and then you're like, okay, now I'm gonna be able to pass this test or go out and ask her out because I wished on it and it's gonna work out. And then boom, you ask her out.
I see what you mean, but I feel like what were you gonna say? I was gonna say this also kind of ties into religion. Cause like, you know how some people, they wish, and I kind of see where Grace is coming from. Yeah, same. Like, they wish, but they don't put any action. You see? Like, they don't put any action towards it. I don't know. It also depends on your point of view, cause some people actually do believe in magic and some don't. Ooh, someone has a story. Well, it depends how you think. Like, what do you think magic is? Like, not like, you know, like... I think magic it comes from within. Yeah. And I think... Well, it depends. What are we talking about as magic? That's what I'm saying.
Alright, I got it,
People don't believe in magic, but then they believe in certain things.
that could be considered nasty to somebody else.
Alright, Therese has a story. I'm guessing. Okay, so like one night I lit a candle and set my intentions and manifested a bunch of things happening right. Then I woke up and the next morning I realized that I didn't blow out the candle.
What the
Wait,
heck? That's
whoa.
dangerous.
Say it again?
Okay. So, like one night, I lit a candle and set my intentions and manifested a bunch of things happening. Then I woke up the next morning and realized that I didn't blow out the candle. When I woke up, the candle was still lighting, and I kid you not, everything I manifested the night came through that week.
Wow.
Can I ask, was it like a normal candle or was it like one of those white long candles?
You know, that's what I thought when I heard candles around.
I don't know. Some people just go to Dollar Tree and buy a bunch of candles and light them. So I'm
Bro,
wondering,
that
like, does it
reminded me
matter
of
what?
something that happened to me as a kid.
Really?
Yo, ow!
What was the question?
Oh, yeah.
What was the
So
question?
what's something that happened that's unexplainable?
Oh, yes.
So, do you want to go or?
I remembered now that I was gonna say deja vu, you know? Because I can't really explain that happening, and then once
it's
it
like a
happens...
feeling.
No. Maybe my deja vus are more extreme than yours, but, like, I feel like I've seen them in a dream before, or when I was daydreaming. And then, okay, she said it was a white long one. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of felt like it had
That's
to be
like
that
exactly what I thought of when I heard.
Whenever I hear candle, that's the exact candle
Right.
type that I think of.
So,
Or like in that concept.
let me continue. So, my deja vus, I feel like I've seen them in a dream. Like, I've visually seen them. Like, I didn't see my body, but I just saw my perspective, right? Then, when the deja vu happens, it's like, you know, you ever seen Raven's Visions? It's like that.
Yeah.
From That's a Raven. Yeah. So it's like that. And then when I'm trying to say, yo, I just had deja vu, and then they're like, really, of what? And then I can't remember what, you know?
But
Or
so
what it
you
was.
know what happened.
Yeah, I just know it just happened. I don't remember what I saw or what it just experienced. And I don't remember when I remembered it, but I remember, like, I'll have dreams every once in a while, and I don't have dreams for people that don't know. Or sometimes I don't remember my dreams, but mostly I don't have dreams, and they're literally a black screen, and I just wake up the next morning. But for those dreams I do remember, it's deja vu.
What? Yeah, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean? Okay, what I mean by that is, like, I know I've seen it in a dream before, and the fact that I don't have dreams is pretty, you know, crazy. So the fact that I see it in a dream before, because I know I've seen it in a dream before, but then I can't remember the dream after that, is crazy. So I just had a theory. What if my dreams are black until I experience deja vu? You know,
Then that means you would have.
you ever play those? Hold on. Stop talking. Let me explain it.
Yeah, you explained it.
Okay, no. I just had a theory. Okay, my theory was, you ever played those lottery games where you scratch out the black stuff and it shows the pictures?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, what if okay, Zoe, well, you can.
It's a lottery where you just got to default. Maybe it's a number or something.
So then, and every single day I have a dream, but it's just a black screen. So what if every dream of mine is a vision in the future, and when I experience that future that was in my dream,
you remember?
I remember the dream I had.
Okay, I get it now.
But then I forget the dream because I never saw that shit.
But so then, what is deja vu? Something that you've seen before, or something that?
I mean, no. I was just saying for me, I call it deja vu because that's what I expect it to feel like explanation. But I just tied it to my dreams because I've seen it somewhere before, and it must have been in a dream.
Wow. Okay. One time, I feel like I've told you guys this story, but I guess our podcast can hear it. So one time, I think I was about maybe 9 or 10, and I was coming back with my grandma. It might have been from church, I don't know, but it was really late at night, and then the house was like dark. So we came back. We walked into the house, right, and it was really dark, and then we turned on like the living room light. So the setup is the living room, and then the dining room, and the kitchen. So, but like in like a straight line. So we turned on, my grandma turned on the living room light, right? So then I'm walking, and then I turn on the kitchen light, and then like I see like a movement with someone like kind of like not like getting startled, but like it was like a shadow, like moving, and then I turned on the light so fast, and it was gone. But like, yeah, that was what happened.
You told me this story before.
Yeah. Oh my, that's like I'll never forget that. That's like something I'll never forget. I wasn't scared, but like at the moment for like that split second, I was like, yo, and like I know I'm not bugging either. Like I know that's what I saw too.
Okay, hear me out. I have another story. This is an actual. This I'm gonna have to say is what triggered me believing in manifestation. Because my mom is a very spiritual person, and not since recently. I never I don't want to say I never believed her, but like I was like, that's just talk. That's just my mom, because my mom's like very intuitive and spiritual. So on my birthday, like when I was 7, I would say. No, it was my birthday. That's a lie. It was in the summer near my sister's birthday, and me and my mom were running errands, and basically I had moccasins, those ugly boots. Ew. They look cute on me then, but now I don't know. Anyways, those boots were broken, and we had to go get them fixed, and it cost about, I'd say, $45 to fix them, I think. So yeah, so we dropped them off, and we had like an hour and a half or something. Yeah, like the heel was broken or something. Both of them. So then what happened was we dropped them off, and they said, oh, it's going to be like 40 to something. It was 40 something. So they said, come back in an hour. And we were like, okay. So then we went to Harlem, and my mom had to do something, and I was like, hey, Mama, I want Dunkin' Donuts. Could I have, ready? I said exactly what I wanted. I said, I want a donut, a white flavored donut with sprinkles on top. And she was like, no, Zoe, you can't have that. And then we went inside, and my mom, I don't know what she bought. She bought something, but she didn't buy me that. And I said it again. Guess what? Not even, like a few seconds before me and her walked out with whatever she had. I don't remember what she had, but she had bought something. Whatever with what she had, we walked out. We were like mid walking to the door, and the guy said, here, you can have this. And he gave it to me for free. And I was just like, oh, dang. Thank you. Mind you, we go back to the moccasin store, right? And my mom, I was talking to my mom, and I was like, hey, why do we have money? Why can't we just pay? Why do we have to pay for things if nobody really owns the earth, right? Hear me out.
Oh, no,
we walk into the store. The guy gives us the boots for free.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, what the heck? No, I literally that day I was like,
I know that made your day.
Manifestation is real. Mind you, a 7-year-old got her favorite boots fixed for free, got a donut for free.
Right.
And I'm just like
the donut could have been that guy just being nice, but the boots? No, I would not give away boots that I just worked on for free.
Literally, I'm just like,
wow.
And that's when I knew, I just knew. I was like, manifestation is real. And I couldn't believe that. And I was just like, what the heck? Yeah.
Experience. Oh, something that I can't explain. So, when I have my happy time.
Don't say it.
No, I won't say it, but I'll tell you what like, that's literally something I can't, like, explain.
I know.
Like,
is it what about what Grace said?
Yeah. I have.
No. No. I'm talking about Grace said something. She was like, "Oh, you know when you feel something like you're literally a movie." And
sometimes I feel like that.
I'd be
you ever like, just feel like you're like doing something in the moment, and then you're like, "Bro, this feels like a movie."
It feels like
everything
is
real. Listening to, like, you were like say it. One time it was like my mom's birthday, and it was like night, and we was just like having the best time of our lives. We was like running down the street on like a skateboard, and it was like, I don't know. I just felt like a movie, like in the moment. I can't really see something that I can't explain. I guess that's one thing that I can't explain. But
there are definitely times in life where like you don't feel like it's actually real. Just like, wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like when I see certain things and I'm like, yo.
It just makes you think.
Yeah. And I gotta stop. See, that's the thing. Like, I have to like kind of stop thinking about because like it's kind of mad deep, and I really feel like I can't really get into it like at the moment right now.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna be like,
I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
I see why your face.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you a question. Let's still want to stay on this topic.
Next question.
Yeah.
What fictional character do you most relate to?
Dang.
I'm gonna do an anime character.
I have like many core pieces, anime characters that I could relate to.
Okay.
But
So explain why.
I
It's only,
say,
like,
oh man, I want to say like the ones that influence why. Okay, so I'm gonna start with one of the first biggest ones for me, and I think the what was what was his name? I believe his name is Kid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kid from Soul
But I
Eater.
feel like it's Def the Kid. So yeah.
You want his full name?
I believe that's his full name. So it's from this anime called Soul Eater, and I remember looking at him and being so bothered by his hair because his hair is like a black bob, but there's 3 white stripes on the right side. And I remember being so bothered by it, right? And then the reason why I really like this character is because he has OCD, but it's not like OCD where he walk into a messy room, you know. It's OCD where things are like symmetrical. It's symmetrical OCD, and basically I really like that because he has symmetrical OCD, right? But he himself is not perfect. And you know, he lives his life knowing that he's not perfect, but tries to make everything else around him perfect. And then whenever someone tries to bring up that he's not perfect, you know, he has those dark moments, but then he always forgets about it and then goes about his day trying to make everything else perfect, you know? And that's what I really like that. And I kind of relate to him with OCD, with symmetrical OCD, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's probably because of my eyesight being so bad that I don't notice many things. Like, but if I look at it, it'll bother me. But I won't go out and fix it like he does. Like anything that bothers him, he will go out and fix it. But you know, if I see someone with like one ponytail up, one ponytail down, I'll just be like, oh, it's probably just a style, you know, and keep going. But it'd bother me for me myself. And then another character would be Danzai Otsamu because of the way he looks at life. Maybe not the suicidal part because I'm too much of a coward to be suicidal like he is, but I like the way he looks at life and looks at people in death. And it feels like he just looks at someone and analyzes them and knows them, you know? He just knows them. And I spend a lot of time looking at myself. I feel like I've said this in all the live streams, but I spend a lot of time looking at myself, and I also look at other people and try to put myself in their shoes and think like them to see how they look at life and how they would act and how their decisions became their decisions. I really like to analyze people like that because I feel like I learn more about myself and about them. Even if it's a random person that I just met, yeah. Oh my god. And then, I'm sorry. My brother's texting me from outside. Cherish, you do the next question. Or you do the next question.
Okay. Well, I kind of started thinking, I'm like, okay, do I really relate to anime characters or do I just like admire them? You know? If I were to relate to anyone, I guess it would be Luffy. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like he spends his life, like I guess like, kind of just living his life, but like working for his dream, but like while just like living his life. You know, like
He's going for what he wants, but like
but like he's having like a good time while doing it. So it's like,
he's not like putting a lot of pressure on himself.
yeah, like every day he tries to like manifest like, well, I want to say like try to manifest, but like he like speaks into like existence of what he wants to be, like every single day.
He does?
Yeah.
No, he don't.
Well, I mean, you're only like 7 episodes in.
Actually, it's 11, but okay.
Can
Continue.
you come back to me, actually?
Okay, I have a good one. You guys know I'm a sucker for little kid movies because they have a good message. Ready? Okay, so my first one would have to be, I don't know her name, but the girl in Labyrinth, because that whole movie is like about her realizing how much the worth, I don't want to say the worth, but like how much she should appreciate her brother because she's taking him for granted. And I feel like I can really relate to her character because I sometimes take my sister for granted, which I really, really don't like. But I tend to do it a lot, and I need to be more aware of that. So there's that, and I really relate to her character because at the end of the day, she realizes that that's blood, and she loves him, and he's very important. So that's a character I relate to. I don't know her name, but yeah, I relate to her. Someone said, analyzing part for it. Let's see. What's the second movie? Oh, well, it's not really a character. It's kind of the whole show. Well, actually, no. I would say Velma out of the whole show. I'm talking about Scooby-Doo. Literally, where are you? That whole show is basically, the way I see it, that whole show is about curiosity. And they're always asking questions. And I really admire Velma's character because she's knowledgeable, one, and two, she's always asking questions. And she's always curious about this and that. And I admire that because if you don't ask questions, then you don't learn. And this also stems to, like, people that I attract and people that I like to be with. Because if I ask you a question and you say, oh, that's a stupid question, why would you ask me a question like that? I'm just like, no question is stupid. I'm here on this earth to learn.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, And that's why I watch who I'm around because that influences me a lot. But you can come back to me because I can't think of any more.
Now that I have come back.
Wait.
Okay, you could go because I'm probably I'll be able to remember my character, but go ahead.
Okay. So I changed my answer. I love you, Luffy, but
Oh, you picked
like
Luffy?
I guess like I admire him. I try to be like that.
Yeah, right.
But I feel like I relate to Kageyama. Like, but like not as intense as how he acts, but Kageyama, because you know he's always like been
from Haikyuu.
perfect as like how he's like been, like what he's been doing, and I feel like, well, also in volleyball, that's why I can't relate to him. But I feel like with volleyball, I knew that I could like always play. Kind of, there's never like a moment where I was like, oh, I couldn't really play volleyball, and it was like I wasn't a good volleyball player. And then when I went to like freshman year, and it was like I was in that mentality like, oh my gosh, I'm so good at volleyball, like I'm gonna like not really dominate the season, but like, oh my gosh, what are these coaches saying? Like, I already know, can we just get on with like the lesson or whatever? Not with the lesson, but like with like practice or whatever. And I was like, I wasn't really trying to like listen to others, but then I kind of like realized.
I feel like you're more like Mia Atsumu. If you remember, he's one of the twins, and he's also a cutter.
Yeah.
Like he's gone through more shit, but like he was always a good volleyball player. But like he's gone through more, and then Kageyama's like really obnoxious and like doesn't really take advice.
Like, not as intense.
So yeah,
as
I feel like you're more like Mia Atsumu.
I don't really think so.
I really love his character.
I like his character too, but then I was gonna relate back to Kagami because like he kind of toned down his like intenseness because he met people. Where it's like he kind of had to realize that like his ways kind of, and it's like I did realize that when I like went to freshman year, and I was like, wow, this is not what this is about. Like I actually need to like learn stuff from like others in that like aspect, and like I don't really know everything. That's why I really feel like that's him.
Wow, I'm proud of you, Cherry.
Yeah, but like before I was like, wait,
you are constantly growing.
I feel like I didn't really know myself like that, but I was like, wait, I can do Kageyama.
Yeah. Alright, the character, I'm not gonna say the character nor the show, because I feel like saying the show would ruin it, and also the character would ruin the show. But there's this character in an anime, and he's very nonchalant, but he's like always thinking.
Have I watched
And
anime before?
yeah, I feel like you have. You should know. Um, he's the main character, and he's very nonchalant, and he basically goes to this high school. I can't say too much, but basically, this character goes throughout the whole story helping this girl, but from like the behind the scenes, right? And
I know what this is. I know
he's
what this
very
is.
smart, but he doesn't let other people. Shush, he's very smart, but doesn't let other people know that he's very smart. And then towards and then towards the end, I watched this anime when I was like 10 too, but no, maybe like 11.
5 stars, bro.
But towards the end of the anime, he starts to get smarter and smarter. But like he was always this smart, but he starts to let other people see that he gets smarter and smarter. And then the girl starts to catch on that he's like a mastermind behind the scenes.
Barely.
And then at the very end of it, she's very excited and very happy. And she's like, "Oh my god, we're finally gonna be able to do what we did." And then he flipped it on her, and he's like, "Who's we? You know, I'm going to do this myself," because he knows that he didn't really need her. He was just using her as like a shield so that he could put all of his like a shield so that he could put he used her as a shield. He used her as a shield because every single time he did something, he would give her the credit and think it was him so that people wouldn't be too wary of him. And now that he doesn't need her anymore, he's throwing her off to the side. And now he's gonna step into the spotlight. Also, the manga gets a lot better. But basically, I relate to that because I think of a lot of things and a lot of possibilities in my head, although I don't do half of them. And I'm always comparing possibilities constantly in my head before I do something sometimes. And there are moments where I do backdoor people for my own benefit, or I manipulate people to get stuff I want. And I find joy in that sometimes. But
we're all being honest.
Honestly, it's survival of the fittest.
This is a safe place.
Yeah.
This is a safe place.
Honestly, in my mind, it's survival of the fittest. And I will help people along the way, but I always need to ensure that I, myself, am getting to the place that I want to be and know I want to be, no matter no means, you know?
I mean, that's not always something to be
happy
ashamed
about.
Of. Yeah.
But, oh, no, I'm not ashamed of it.
Like, ashamed of. Like, oh, you don't want to be involved with something
I feel like
you have a goal, but then...
I'd rather be this way than be a pushover and let people take advantage of me constantly, you know? Because at the end of the day, those pushovers end up screwing themselves over at the end of the day.
No, we're not.
Zoe, shut up. You do not get taken advantage of, Zoe, trust me.
Yes, I do. What are you talking about? To some extent. To some extent. I feel like I'm half and half with that. Because, like, I know, like, I peep it, but then I would still let myself get taken advantage of because I feel like, well, that's how I used to act. Because I feel like that's what the other person really wanted. So I'm like, okay, I could do that. You could sacrifice something yourself for them.
Well, that's just called strategy.
It wasn't really in that type of mentality, but it was like, oh, I feel like they want me to do that. I kind of like assume.
I mean, if it doesn't bring harm to me, then I would probably do it, but I'd probably do it in the contents of getting, like, points with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that if I ever needed anything, I'd be like, you know, I've done a lot of stuff for you, you know.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've had that mentality before, and I was like, yo, what am I thinking? You know?
Never.
Especially if, like, my friend and I thought that, just like, yo.
Literally, before, I would never have the afterthought. I'd always have the before thought. Like, if they're asking me to do this, how is the outcome going to be for me? If I do this while I'm doing that, how will that affect the outcome for me, you know? So
Isn't that more, sorry, Grace. Isn't that more of, like, determination?
No.
In what sense? Because you were saying, like, you're not going to let someone else try and get in the way of what you want.
No.
So wouldn't that...
No.
Oh, I feel like it's not really determination. It was more like, you know, that goes into, like, what you know what you want. You know what you need to, like, sacrifice and, like, what you need to let go to get to what you want. Mm-hmm. I think that's determination, though. No.
I mean, maybe if I wanted something at that point, but I mean, like, in everyday life.
But
You know?
but it's like you're still knowing what you want though.
No. Well, I know what I don't want. You know, if they're asking me, yo, help me with my homework or something, I really need to pass this class, I'm like, well, let me think of this. This will be my thought process. Let's say it's my English honors class, and I know if I help this person pass, and there's like a test at the end of the semester, and I know I'm not really gonna do well on this test, but if I help this person pass this test right now and tell them everything I know, then there'll be competition for rankings in the future. Or if I spend my time helping them, I could have spent that time doing something else for me. Or if I help them, then what is it in for me? Like, I could help them and be a nice person. I could help them and get that self-gratification. I could help them and they could help me in the future. I could help them and then maybe they'll tell other people about me. And then maybe I'll get more friends that way, you know? How would that make me look? How would that make me feel is what's happening in my head, you know? It's always that process, but it's always faster than that. Like, the possibilities always pop into my head very fast.
I asked you a question, and the way that you thought about it, I was like, this is what went through her head, but it was, like, fast. She was like, okay. Yeah. Like,
put the file cabinet.
It was exactly like that, like, milliseconds. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and, like, I like when you ask me questions about where something is, because that exercises my brain, because then I, like, put the images in my head and try to explain how to get to the next image, you know?
You just love to do that.
Yeah, it's so fun. You're like, how do I get here? And I'm like, well, you take a left at that cherry tree or something, and it's just really fun to describe.
Oh, cherry tree right
now. yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think it is. You guys wanna? Yeah, guys have anything else?
Wait, what was the question?
The question was characters you relate to.
Oh, wait, what was the character?
No comment.
I can't really tell you the character nor the anime.
Wait, why would you say the character?
Because of the big plot twist.
Spoiled it.
Really. But they won't know the anime, so they won't know which anime I just spoiled.
True. Until they watch the anime and I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't watch this one.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say? Because I'm about to ask another question.
Down to that next question.
Yes. I'm gonna make it quick though. Okay. So there's this movie. It's called The Secret Garden. It's really good. Not the new one that came out in 2020. That one's trash. I'm talking about the 1993 one. And I may have gotten, like, not the idea, but the theme of the movie kind of messed up. I don't care. This is how I saw it. But the way how I relate with the girl, I don't know her name, but the girl, she just moved to England from India, and she lived there her whole life. And all she knew was giving, right? And when she went to England, she met these two boys, and one of the boys was always taking, right? So she learned how to not always give, which I kind of admired, because sometimes I find myself like, oh no, it's okay to sacrifice this of yourself, Zoe, for someone else. It's okay, because it'll benefit them. But then again, in the movie, the girl, she realized that you don't always have to help someone benefit. Like, it's okay, like, for self-preservation. It's okay to not help someone. But, like, because some people take advantage of you being helpful. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. And that's what happened to the girl. I may be getting the theme wrong, but I don't care. And also, the second movie, Miss Peregrine's Home for the Peculiar. That movie is really stuck with me. And the guy, I forgot his name. Oh my god. He's like the main actor in the film. And basically, he's like surrounded with all these special people with powers and stuff like that. And towards the end of the movie, he realizes that even though he's normal, he does have something to contribute, and he is special in a type of way. Yeah, I like that.
Oh my gosh, there was this movie that you just reminded me of, and it was such a good movie, like 5 stars. And I forgot the movie name, but it was about there was this girl, and then she was like really rich, right? And I feel like maybe she had like a boring life, that's why she did this, but I'm just gonna assume that because I kind of don't remember what I do. So I guess she had a boring life, and then she would go. She was like rich, so she had like a mansion and then like land in the back of her mansion. So then she would go like explore in the back of her mansion, and then she met these two boys, I think, and I'm gonna forward. So basically, they met each other, right? And then I guess she would talk to them. They like built a connection, but then these boys they dug from like a waterfall and it made them immortal.
Oh wow.
And then that movie, yes. And then she I think she might have fell in love with one of them, and then they was like, oh, we should drink from the waterfall and then spend your lives with us. But it might have been more than two boys, I think so. And then then she realized that they lived longer. They've been on this earth like longer than her. So I think it was from like the ninth. I don't know what.
Oh, so they'd had drink in the water before they met her?
Yeah, it was like a waterfall in the back of her mansion.
But did they do it before they met her?
Yeah.
Oh, so they've been
They
there
were young
before.
though. But, like,
Okay.
They weren't growing. Yeah, they haven't aged. They were like immortal.
I was kind of confused because you said they should drink, and I was like, did they do it while they met her or after?
Oh no, before. They lived like a long way.
Okay.
And then I think they wanted to like spend more time with her, and they asked her to drink from the waterfall. But then she was like, "Do I really want to live forever? Do I like want to experience like not being like having that one time where it's like, okay, I'm living. What do I do next?" Like, I just live for, like, I can't die at all. And, I think they tried to kill themselves, but they couldn't. Because, like, I guess that's time where they wanted to. Because they lived, like, a long time. That just sounds like The Vampire Diaries. But, like,
that's a good movie. What is it?
It was so good. And it was a book. I read the book first and then see the movie. But so far. And then they asked her to drink the water. And then I don't think she did. And then she grew old. Maybe she did drink the water.
That sounds so sad. I feel like
good.
I feel like I'd cry at that movie.
So good. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find one. Oh, but I don't know.
Let's
that sounds
see.
so good, Cherish.
If you know that movie, please.
It sounds so familiar though.
It's so good. Like, it's such a good movie. Okay, next question. What would you consider your greatest accomplishment so far? And why?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Isn't that like you're really proud of what you've done?
I don't have anything.
Maybe how you act, how you develop your personality.
Oh yes.
Okay. Maybe like how many animes you watch. Wow, I've watched so many animes. It's an accomplishment.
No.
Or you having like a certain style. You know.
Yeah.
Anything.
The little things or the big things.
Yeah.
I would have to say, when I was younger, my biggest like achievement that I wanted to have was having all A's, and you guys know this. Not younger, but like in middle school, I was like, I have to have this, and that, because my parents were always on my back, and they're like, Zoe, you cannot fail. This, that. You have to set an example. Mind you, I was busting my butt, had to get A's in every single. I didn't have to, but I pushed myself, and I did. And there was this one year, I think it was 7th grade, and I had gotten all A's in all of my classes.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. You had no idea. That was one of my biggest accomplishments. And I would have to say my personality. And my personality from 7th grade to now has changed so much. Like, my mentality is just different, because like before I was one, a very petty person. 2, I was a very angry person. I don't know why.
In middle school?
Yeah, in middle school I just had a lot of pent up anger. I may have not released it, and I took that out. Huh?
Maybe pressure and it turns into anger.
Probably. Maybe. But yeah, I realized I had like a lot of pent up anger and like just, I don't want to say hate, but like this really bad feeling inside of me. And over the years I released that, and I'm just like more chill now. Kind of. I still got a lot of energy, but it's like positive energy now. Before it was kind of negative. Now I'm channeling it. So I'm proud of that.
Congratulations for your accomplishment.
Thank you.
Okay, you going, Grace?
I can't think of anything. In all
Anything? What about something that you've done and you're just like, wow, Grace, good job?
No, nothing's coming to mind.
Not gonna lie, neither, but I'm gonna wing something.
Like, I don't want... I really can't think of anything.
You know, I want to say it's my greatest accomplishment, but you guys can't see my freaking wall. Like, this is so quiet in my room.
It is. It really
Wow.
is.
And it took me like 2 hours to freaking put this up. Well, the other half. The first half took me another 2 hours. Technically 4 hours, but not technically because it was on different days.
Right.
But if I combined it, it would be 4 hours. So, yes, I spent my time and energy into making this, to putting this wall up.
Right.
Well, this design of my wall up. And I'm very proud of it because now when I wake up, I can see a firewall every single day and I'm like, wow, Therese, I really did
Good
that.
job.
Good job, Therese.
I thought of something. I think any artwork I've done, especially that hand that I did in Mr. Reese's class, I was
so good.
I was very proud of that.
I wasn't expecting this.
I just sat down and put all my energy into that for that whole class while everyone was at the computers and being loud. And then he even thought I was depressed. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just don't feel like socializing right now." And then he never gave that back. That's fine. And I feel like another thing I'm ought to be proud of.
Didn't he took that?
Yeah, he took it and never gave it back. That's fine.
6th grade class. Yeah. This is from 9th to 8th grade Grace.
Yeah. And then I actually did that in 7th grade. But I think my next greatest accomplishment will be this animation I'm working on. I just still haven't finished it. I haven't gotten that motivation, but I know once I do this and see the end product and get better at managing my time, actually putting time into that, I feel like it won't be my greatest accomplishment, but it'll be one of my happiest ones. I would have said getting into LaGuardia, but I actually hate this school, so... From Annalicia, I was exactly the same, Zoe. I constantly held grudges in middle school, and now I focus on myself.
Yes. I can't ditto the focusing on myself, but yes.
I feel like in middle school, I was trying to fit the stereotype of what I thought it would have been. Yeah. And that took a lot of energy out of me that once I got to 8th grade, I really wanted to get out of middle school because everyone thought I was a certain way. Like, there would be 6th graders that would know of me, and I don't really like that. Like, why do you already know of me and coming up to me like we're friends? No.
Of me.
And it made me want to be mean to them, but I know if I was mean to them, it would have ruined my image. So I was just like, "Hi, what's your name? Oh, you know me? Oh, okay." And I always had to put on that fake smile, and then they would have so much energy and would come up to me randomly, and there are times I don't really like people, so then I'd always have to put on that constant fake smile, and then people would always come to me for their problems, and it was just like, no, I need to go to high school and start over. Or no one knows.
I didn't even felt that way. I thought that there was some little kids that you didn't.
8th grade, I got real depressed. It was crazy. I just didn't want to go to school.
I remember that. Grace doesn't like social interaction. She
doesn't.
Literally. Yeah. Especially with children.
You can't really be sensitive around you. You can't take anything really personal.
Yeah. I kind of like that about Grace, though.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not like that though. But it's like I feel like I have like unique friends, you know?
Yeah, you can't be friends with everyone at the end of the day. I'm like black coffee, you know, it's not for everyone. But it's a quiet taste.
Black coffee's nasty.
A Miss Girl.
I wouldn't call you that.
I like black coffee. It's a quiet taste. Truly.
Coffee in general makes me shit, so I don't like it.
Really?
No, I'm so serious.
It literally is nasty. I can't drink it.
I don't know. It's gotta be a certain way with like tons of sugar in it, and that's like I don't want all that sugar.
All that sugar.
Like certain like iced coffee, I could tolerate because it's watered down, not as much like intense flavor. You know?
I hate when the iced coffee gets watered down.
Myself to drink that.
Yeah, coffee, right? Because a bunch of heads kind of drunk, and I'm like, oh, what's coffee like?
Oh, really?
Everyone around me drunk coffee, I'm like, what does this taste like? And I feel like I was grown because I drank coffee.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm grown.
The way you said that.
Damn,
Now I know I'm grown.
Yeah.
But why do you think I'm grown?
Okay, Church.
My happy time.
I guess Zoe didn't get it the first time.
What are you doing? She said, my happy time. That is such a mood. That is such a mood, Church. Oh my god. Watch, Dirk. When are we gonna have a sleepover? We should have a sleepover.
Yes, y'all need to come over. Oh, I need to go.
Maybe we should have a podcast first.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Like, we're in the moment right now. Focus on other things. But I feel like in middle school, how did I act? Did I put up a front? I don't think so. I put it.
You're so energetic, man.
Yeah,
I would just watch you.
I'm actually.
I would constantly watch Cherish. That's not creepy, I swear to God. I would constantly watch Cherish. And
watch me?
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. But it was just because she had so much energy and she was always there in front of me, running around. It's like, you ever see a dog? And they're just...
I like dogs.
No, but you always, you know Chihuahuas and how they like would run in a circle and always like, no, just calm down, and then they would always like be friends with everyone and be like, you know, always there. Yeah. But like that person, like you were always hyper. Yeah.
No, I feel like Cherish is more of, okay, listen, I'm about to make an analogy. Ready?
Alright.
It's about to be a good analogy.
Better than
Cherish
Chihuahuas?
is like, imagine a room in a ball, right? Cherish is a ball.
Oh,
if you
Oh.
Ready? If you throw the ball in the room, it'll go bouncing everywhere.
Okay.
Constantly reflecting that energy. Yes.
Like a volleyball.
Like a volley. That sport is for me, bro. Like, as soon as I played this sport, I fell in love. That's love at first sight. That's my first love. That's my first experience with falling in love, bro.
6th grade?
Who says I can't fall in love with a sport? 6th grade.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Oh, 5th grade, okay.
Okay, how did I act? I feel like at some times, at certain times, like, I would legit not like somebody, but like you wouldn't know either. But it's like I felt like I didn't like them
because of their energy.
I guess like I thought I didn't like a person, but it was like I kind of wouldn't show that I didn't like them. It's like,
would you like endure it?
Yeah, like I would tolerate it.
Would you smile around them?
Not gonna lie.
You
didn't give us an answer, Cherish.
I said not gonna lie.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna lie, but I won't tell you either. Right. I'm not lying. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Now that I think about it, I don't know if I was energetic. Was I, Grace?
Around Cherish, yes.
Yeah, I was like, you matched my vibe pretty well, so I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
Great.
Yeah. But I would say when I was around Cherish,
I feel like you was always down for anything. Like if I would like say something and you would like be down with it, we would just like do shit together.
Yeah.
Like, it was like that.
Yeah. But when I'm not with you guys, I feel like I'm pretty quiet. Like I keep to myself.
I feel like you're in your own world though. Not really quiet though.
Yeah, I feel like you would just start doing something. Like yesterday, you started playing with charcoal. And then another time, she'll go paint her wall or like, I don't know, do some random stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I mean, being creative with that.
I feel like our friend group is me taking you guys to the park and having you go play on like the little play sets while I'm sitting down on my phone. Yes. Yeah. And then if Cherish is like sick at home, Zoe would go play in the park by herself, but she'd do some crazy stuff. But if Zoe was sick at home, Cherish would try to make me go play with her. That's how it would be.
Yes.
That's how it would be.
That's such a mood.
And then there are those days that I'm like, oh my god, guys, let's go play. Those random spurts of energy.
That happen like that. That's like how that's happened.
Yeah, and then sometimes I'm random and like to indulge myself.
No, but the thing, bro, when we're all energetic, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over for everybody.
Oh, it'd be so funny or energetic.
Because
Right.
sometimes Grace can be energetic at certain times, but when those certain times hit,
Yeah.
woo,
We just start
It's
laughing and
still
laughing
fun,
and
but like it'd be
laughing.
really fun.
And then when we stop laughing, we start thinking about the times we were laughing and start laughing
And then
again.
remember that time? I was like, me.
Yes.
I was laughing at that the whole entire time, but I was still sending
that made no sense though.
it made perfect sense.
No, it didn't.
Bring the ambulance and then drive
Yeah.
past you.
Yeah.
It was so funny in the moment. Oh my gosh.
I just remember when you guys were having the battle with the emojis. Okay.
I won that multiple times.
Bro, I won that.
Anyways.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
No,
What
you
question
did not.
are we on?
What song makes you unconditionally happy?
I have a whole list. You ready?
Okay.
What one song makes you unconditionally happy?
No, a whole list. That's what you asked for. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
I don't want to give everybody my whole playlist, but I can't. Okay. I literally have a playlist.
I put you onto that playlist.
Facts. I have a playlist that's called Life. Like, it makes me feel some type of way. Ready?
Like, happy though?
Well, happy, but like a sense of nostalgia.
I see.
Ready? These are songs that like give me nostalgia. Okay, Space Song by Beach House. Me in 20 Years by Sumini.
Well, like, you gotta
pick one song.
Makes you happy.
Yeah, pick one song and explain why it makes you happy, woman.
What?
I'm not trying to sit for the rest of this podcast.
Okay, yeah, you can go
Curious.
first. Yes.
Okay, so the song Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. Every time I hear that song, I just feel my whole mood just changes and I just want to dance and let everything go. And it's like forget about everything, just listen to that song. And I was just like, wow, this song is so fire.
Right.
Like, that's literally it. When I hear that song, all I want to do is dance. It's like I'm in a party by myself.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
like the only song that makes it feel that way. Not like unconditionally happy. Wait, no. That's the only song that makes you like feel like. There's other songs that make me feel happy, but that song just hits like different. I can't explain it.
Right.
Okay.
For me, I noticed this yesterday, but when I was listening to Zoe's playlist, our music taste, like our vibe,
Similar, right?
our music taste vibe is low key different.
It is.
Because Zoe was playing like chill vibe music, right? And then
when
she
you
threw in some
music.
random balls in there. But when I started playing music, okay, so my playlist, well, the playlist I mostly listen to, if they're not anime or K-pop.
I'll put you onto those songs too. Like, you put my whole playlist, and I'm just like,
woman, I started playing childhood songs for you. If it was just me, I would have been playing different music, okay? I was playing songs that I thought you would like, okay? Off my playlist.
Was that your playlist?
Yeah, it was on my playlist, but it was my playlist, but I was picking the songs that I thought you would like, so I guess I did an amazing job, like always.
Whatever.
Anyway.
I feel like I don't have really I'm sorry, continue.
So my playlist, the ones that I mostly listen to are more like, you know that song Happy? Cause I'm happy. That song makes me so mad. I hate that song so much.
That song is so
What the heck? It's so good.
Be happy, put your hands to the no. Oh my god. They would play that song in school all the time, and all the little kids would go, yeah, and I'd just be like, you. It makes me. Oh my god, the song like "I Want You" by Giveon and "All for Us" for Zendaya. Well, Zendaya and Labyrinth. Oh my god, I love Labyrinth. Just makes me want to dance in the galaxy or something. It just hits differently. Anyways, yeah, those songs are really good. Not anyways, but those songs are really good. But my playlist is mostly like bad bitch songs that make me feel empowered or better than everyone else. Those are the songs that make me happy. You know, but they're not like happy. They're just like, yeah, I'm that bitch.
Being that bitch is you being happy because you're being yourself, just being that bitch.
It's either that playlist or the slowed sad song playlist. Oh, even like in any language that. No, not that song. That song's not really sad.
It's kind of like
It's not sad, but y'all was just talking about how that song was sad before the.
I mean, for
Okay,
him,
that's
because
different.
because that artist is
Oh,
gay,
it
and
was
he's writing
love.
that to a guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that song's sad for him. But, you know, out of context, that sad is more like a sweet love
Oh, that's
song.
a good question.
Anyway, but yeah, it's either that or sad, slowed songs in any language. Korean, Japanese, any language. They're great. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you want to go, Cherish?
I was thinking to see who was gonna go because I kind of wanted to say something. I was like, I could wait because it is your turn.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Not really, but you can go. No, I'm kidding. Not really, but yeah, you can go because it is your turn. Go.
It's actually not my turn.
It's not her turn.
Going back around.
It's not my turn.
You never went,
It is your
Cherish.
turn.
Cherish, you
You
never
went
went.
first, and then it was me, and then it was Therese.
Cherish, you never went, honey.
Yes, so it is her turn.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Zoe. You guys are making a lot of moments for me to have to add up.
Okay, ready? So, Bundle of Joy. I have a few songs, but they all, like, make me feel that same feeling. Bundle of Joy. 647. Let's see what else. Homage.
Why?
DC Turtles. I'm gonna explain it. Let Go. Something for Your Mind. Ready? And then one more. And then... This song? I need to listen to it, sorry. And then Flowers and The Reality. Those songs all... Is it still playing? No, okay. Those songs all make me feel like I'm not on this earth. Like, I'm physically not here. Like, my body's somewhere else. Like, my physical body is laying there, but my spiritual body is not there. Like, it makes me feel something that I can't describe.
Mm.
And I feel like, so, what song is it? Shoot. Oh my god, hold on. Yeah, but those songs, I just can't describe it. It just makes me feel so good. Like, not good, but like this safe sensation. And there's this song, it's called Elbow Pain. I'm gonna play it a little. I don't want to get copyrighted, but
30 seconds of it. Someone can copyright it.
No, that was enough for it to get copyrighted by itself.
oh shoot.
No, they was
Fine.
like,
It was really low though. It was really low though.
Okay, good. But it's called Elbow Pain, and it's by Glue Trip. That song makes me feel like I'm spinning, even if I'm sitting down. Like, if my mind is just like, because when I have it on with AirPods, I just feel like I'm moving, but I'm physically not, and I can literally stay up for hours listening to that song. It just makes me feel so good.
Mm.
But yeah, that song's amazing. You guys should listen to it.
what was I gonna say?
I knew this was gonna happen. I was
I know
telling
it.
Trish to go first
Oh,
too.
dang. Therese texted me that. She said they blocked me from commenting, but it's Tuck Everlasting.
Yes!
Wait,
It's that movie! It's that
they
movie.
blocked you
That's
from.
your G.
Cherish
Oh,
says you're a G.
I think she can't reach she's still alive.
they
Oh
blocked you
yeah.
from commenting.
Yeah, Zoe. Okay, wait, so I was gonna say,
Tell her to try
that-
commenting now.
I don't know what I was gonna say, but I really wanted to say it. Wait, Grace, what did you say?
Bro, what was the song?
I
The
forgot
song.
what I said. So
Grace said something about a song. Okay, I remember. So, do you ever, okay, say you're in the shower, because this only happens to me when I'm in the shower, and I close my eyes and I'm listening to music, I'm just dancing.
Mhm.
I literally feel like I go somewhere else, and then when I open my eyes, I'm like back in my bathroom. Like,
I feel that.
I'm somewhere else, but I'm dancing. But like, I'm not in my bathroom anymore.
No, I be feeling that, but like my eyes are open and I'm staring, and I like let my body.
is it like a headcanon?
What do you mean?
Like you imagine yourself on stage singing it?
I mean, it could be that, but that's not what happens to me. Like, literally, I just close my eyes. Not like a place. Like, I'm literally somewhere else. Like,
You don't know where.
maybe like a feeling. No, it's not even like a place. It's like somewhere else mentally.
Okay.
Like, it could be, you could explain it as like, I'm just somewhere else. I don't know. It's not like a place though. But like,
You're just not there.
Yeah, I'm not there though.
I see.
But like,
That was a kind of hard description.
yeah, because I get the
We
kind of get
have
the feeling.
like 25 minutes left.
till 11.
Yeah.
The since the story is shorter,
Yeah.
we can like read it a little bit later. You guys. Oh. Wait, so I don't think that's what I was gonna say. Cause I wrote something down,
Oh, well, you wrote it down. Look at you.
but I had a thought, and then I had a different thought, and I wrote that thought down.
Mm-hmm.
But if that was thought that I wrote down, what was I gonna say before that?
I don't know.
Okay.
What? Is
Next
this a
question.
riddle?
I have a question.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yes.
What do you miss about being a kid?
About being a kid?
I'm still a
Yeah.
kid, yo.
No. Shit. Well, I realized that I had
kid, I mean like kid, like 5, 4.
I've missed that I can be so careless.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that I think about it, I have to think about more stuff. I guess I have a little bit more responsibilities compared to when I was a kid. My mom would kind of do everything for me, but I felt like I was doing things myself. But like, it was a little bit more managing, so it wasn't as, like, taxing as it is now.
I see. What I missed about being a kid was more of... Okay, when I was a kid, I felt like a genius because I had the mentality, or not the mentality, but I had the way of thinking I do now.
Mm-hmm.
So as a kid, I was more advanced than most kids in my grade, and I felt more powerful back then, and I felt smarter. I was definitely smarter. I was more advanced than them, like, mentally. And that was nice because now that I've grown up, it's like common knowledge, the knowledge that I knew back then.
Oh, I see. But you're still on a
And
different level.
it's not as praised as before because now that I'm older and in a bigger school, there's like more people that are more advanced than me and had more chances than me. And it's just like getting constantly compared to them now. And like, yeah, it's just...
Do you like the fact of being praised? Did you actually?
Oh my god, that's so true. I miss people giving me money just because I was cute too.
I never got money because I was
So
oh my god!
easy.
But you ever walk down the street and then you see like that man from the store that you would see, and he would just give you money?
What the heck?
Not that.
What?
But they would give me
No.
stuff. They would give me stuff. Like, here's a lollipop, cutie, or something like that, yeah.
I got money from a person before. I was at McDonald's. I was just standing there, and the girl's putting a bunch of money in the tip bucket, and it was like, ma'am, you can't do that. And she looked at me. I looked at her. I was like, say word. I was like, $25, and I was like, you're a G.
Right. Or...
Did you ever use those $25?
Yes, I did.
It's not what
Like,
you know.
There's money on my card. Not so. Okay, let me stop. See, now I'm not hyper. I've been getting into these moves now. It's just like, damn. Not damn, because fuck you.
Play Kajimoto after.
Like, I realize I am.
Wait, what was the question? I forgot.
What do you miss about being a kid, girly?
Oh, I asked the freaking question. Oh my god,
you
okay.
did.
So, to be honest, what Cherish said, being careless, like, and not being so worrisome. Because when you're a kid, you don't really worry, like, oh, my mom has such and such money. Like, you know the bigger problems now, and you know that you also have to look out for, like, other things.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a kid, you're like, oh, can I have ice cream? And then your mom's like, no. Now, when I'm older, I know the reason why, and I don't even think to ask, because I'm, like, I don't want to say burdened with her problems, but, like, I kind of burden myself with her problems.
Right.
But I still ask for it because I'm annoying.
Sometimes I do that. Like, because I feel like, were you done?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got off track to what the question was, being a kid.
No, you didn't.
You answered it.
Yeah, I did.
Alright, Cherry.
Being more creative, because when I was a kid, I was more creative, I would say, and I would put more time into my creativity. Now I don't put as much time into my creativity as I wish,
because I don't want to say I'm busy because I'm not. I literally have all the time in the world, but like it's not my priority. Sad because I want it to be my priority. But yeah, that's it.
I kind of miss my little kid mentality, but at the same time, I don't. Like, I feel like when I was a kid, I didn't really care about like looks as much as I do now. Like when I was a kid, I was like, kind of like being insecure. Like I was literally never insecure. Like you have never catch me like that. But now I feel like now that I'm like, this possibly how social media influences you. Like on social media, kind of, and it's like, or that. No, I'm not gonna go into social media because it's kind of been in within myself, you know. And I feel like now I'm a little bit more insecure than I was back then. I'm like, I need to stop with that. But I'm glad that I realized that. So it's like, like that's something you should really be insecure about.
Right.
Get out of that like mentality.
Right.
I feel like when we're younger, we're more braver, and like we have. I don't want to say carelessness, but like we don't care about other people's feelings. I mean, other people's opinions.
We don't know that we have to care.
Yeah, until we start realizing that we do. But you still have to care. You put expectations on yourself to care.
I honestly hated being a kid. And I always wanted to grow. Hold on. And when you're younger, you got less problems. So you see your parents have less problems and they're happy. But as you get older, you stress. Then they stress, and now you stress because you see that they're stressed. Yes, that's very true, Annalise. That's true. But I hated being a kid because just because you're a kid, people always made assumptions about you. Like, oh, she's a 5-year-old, so she doesn't know that or this. Or they would, well, personally for me, they would always tell me to stop being disrespectful when I was just sharing my point of view or how I thought about something constantly. And it was super frustrating, so I would always cry and blame myself because they would always tell me to stop being disrespectful. And it felt so suffocating because I didn't see it as disrespect. I honestly just saw it as me sharing my opinions. And that's why every single time I talk to a kid, I never try to, like, belittle them in that way because it really sucks. Especially experiencing that. And then you don't get as much free reign as you should. Like, I hated having to be the last person to be picked up, knowing damn well I knew how to take myself home. And I get it, I'm a kid, but then again, I was about 5'6" when some of y'all were like 5 feet, and I was a tall girl, and I didn't live that far from the school. And the fact of the matter, having to burden my older siblings to come pick me up when they should have been living their life was a bad mistake on my mom's part, and it also led to a really big problem in the future. And then when I became a 5th grader, she started letting me go to school, and it should have happened a lot earlier, but it happened towards the end of 5th grade. But it was fine. But that's one thing, but to this day, even when I'm 15, they still tell me to stop being disrespectful when I'm just trying to share my opinion. And then adults, like teachers, when I try to tell them why something happened, they say it's an excuse or try to belittle me just because they're a few years older than me, which doesn't make sense because just because you're older doesn't mean that you know more on one topic just because and it does mean that it does mean that in some cases, but that's not true for everything, and you should never belittle someone just because they're younger than you.
Yes, I feel like parents especially, they feel like, oh, because they have more life experiences, that means they have more knowledge. Like, in a way, that is true, but that doesn't give them the right to invalidate our opinions.
Literally. Or ever to tell you to shut up or be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. Like you don't know what's going through my brain, and you're not allowing me to let you know what's going through my brain. So how is this communicating? We're still humans. We're just younger. You're supposed to be teaching us not to belittle other people, but instead they're pushing their ignorance onto us, and then we grow up to be adults that belittle others. You know.
I think you could be a kid but still know literally more than adults. Like you could have like a different mentality that an adult wouldn't have, and it's like you can like not like experience more stuff,
but in a different way.
Yeah, like just because you're so one, like I feel like some adults are just like one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's it called? What's the word?
One-minded.
Yeah, one-minded. I don't think it's one-minded.
Closed-minded.
Closed-minded.
Yeah.
Yes. Or I feel like it's another way, but I'm gonna go with that because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So closed-minded, and then literally a kid could like look at different perspectives. So it's like they would know more than you because you couldn't take the time out to look in different perspectives.
Right.
And then I feel like my mom.
I'm trying to look back.
I have to check real quick because I will get topped if I get caught.
Literally.
Not really, but look. So yes, I feel like my mom, she kind of puts things on me like, oh, I know more than you. If you do this, that's what's gonna happen. But it's like a different experience for a different person. It's a different time of the year.
Right.
So it's like you telling me that doesn't mean it's gonna happen to me. I understand that you went through that thing. I'm not dancing right now.
No.
I understand that you went through that. That doesn't mean the same thing's gonna happen to me. Or it's not like I'm not aware of what you're saying either. I just want to
Right.
experience things for myself.
You want to experience it for yourself?
Literally.
Yes.
And Elise says, for real, just because you're young doesn't mean you don't deserve respect, which I completely agree with.
Right. Oh God.
No, that dumb smash just came to my head. I don't remember the beginning part, but it says, "Oh God" at the end. I don't remember.
God.
I don't remember, but yeah.
No God. Not the God.
I want to talk about what
Yeah.
Ray said. He was talking about expression, and I feel like I want to talk about how Grace, because this kind of stuck with me, and I'm just noticing this now. When me and Grace were younger, because me and Grace went to the same elementary school, I noticed that one, obviously you were like really smart, and you had like such a different mentality than the rest of us kids because your mom.
I was the ringleader.
Yeah, you were the ringleader. Your mom, like, I don't want to say giving you more leniency, but like her kind of like, I can't find the word for it, but like her kind of like letting you, I don't want to say be free, because it wasn't really that.
Not being an adult, but having more responsibility.
Yeah,
I know what she's talking about, yeah.
Grace had so much more of that put onto her at such a young age.
It sucked.
And that caused her to change her mentality.
I hated that.
And it was a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because one, she lost her childhood. I don't want to say she lost it completely.
I really did.
She kind of lost her childhood. But then again, she was also like a step ahead of all of us. Because she had that mentality because it was put onto her. Yeah. Not her slowly learning that this and that was put onto her. I feel like I don't want to say I admire that because I never got that as a child. My mom always took care of everything, this and that, but now that I'm getting this put on me, I'm just like, dang, I'm trying to imagine Grace at the age of freaking 5, her getting this put on her, probably even much worse.
I liked it, but I also hated it, you know? It was like a double-edged sword. Because me and my mom would clash heads constantly because we're both Geminis and she's very hard-headed.
Mom's a Gemini?
Yes, and so is my brother. And now that my sister and Aries is gone, this house is chaos.
Oh, bunch of Geminis.
Yes, so...
Oh, I was trying to get your ideas out.
Yeah, so since me and my mom were Geminis and I was a 5-year-old trying to tell her what I wanted to do, she didn't like that very much, and she was the main person telling me like that I didn't know what I was saying and stuff. And my mom does hate when little kids say things when they don't know what they're talking about, but I was a little kid that knew what I was talking about, okay? Because I still agree with myself to this very day. And then I believe she started giving me some leniency, or she was like, okay, I'll let you do what you want to do. And you see how that turns out for you. And then after she saw that it was turning out well and I knew what I was doing, she kind of took my childhood away from me. I'm not going to say she took it away from me, but like she knew that I knew what I was doing. So then she was just like, okay. And I feel like my mom knew that my brain was more developed than others. And I was a bit more street smart than others. And that's why in like middle school she started giving me more jobs to do, especially since I'm the youngest. Like I never really felt like I was babied, and to this day I'm still not babied, you know.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
after 4, I feel like she gave up trying to baby me because I don't really like being babied, but I would have still liked it, you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I do see what Zoe's saying because when she came to me, she was so uncultured.
Yeah, like
And I took
reality
this
hit me when
poor
I met
girl's
Grace.
hand and made her a sinner just with me. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Shh, trust me. It'll go out."
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
Grace, I'm not gonna lie, Grace grounded me
Yes.
because I was
I'm
more of
sorry.
like Grace grounded me because when I came to that school, before I went to PS 145, I was more like a free spirit,
Blank
like
canvas.
good kid, this and that. I'm not saying I
Right.
turned into a bad kid, but but like when I met when I met Grace, it was more of like reality hit me. She told me what it was for what it was, and she told me it straight. And she didn't because in my life, I feel like people hid stuff from me because they wanted to shield it from me. Like, more of like, my parents didn't want to expose it to me too young.
Right.
Grace exposed it to me.
bruh.
And I'm appreciative of that because it was more of like, oh, let's keep it hush hush. I want to say I will say my mom did not follow that stereotype as mom, like, oh, you shouldn't be talking to your child about getting raped or predators or this and that at a young age.
Let me raise my child the way I raise my child.
Right. I
And
feel
a
like,
lot of people didn't like my mom for that because she was teaching me stuff at such a young age, and I'm just like, no, thank you for letting me know what a rapist is. Thank you. And yeah, I thank my mom for that, and I thank you for that because I wouldn't be street smart if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be.
Or you would have learned it in a different manner.
Yeah, and that manner would have
But
probably
in a bad
been
manner.
nice. But yeah.
You know, I agree. I feel like there's times where I'm grateful for so I feel like my mom would try to hide like a lot of things from me, but like I could hint out what it was. But it was just like I was always like literally since I was the youngest especially, like my brother and my sister would always know things, and then my mom would try to like hide it from me. And then like when I guess when I got older, I kind of like figured out for myself. I wasn't really like talk about it. I wouldn't like ask her about it, but like I just knew. But it's just like, damn, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was watching like Family Guy and all those very explicit shows. Also anime I was watching, so I feel like I didn't give my mom a chance to hide those things from me because I would see it, and I also had a phone back then. So like I exposed myself to it before she got a chance to hide it. And then she just found out that I knew about like sex and all that stuff, and it was just like they didn't really grill me on how I knew it. They were just like, okay. On to the next topic.
Lucky.
Yeah.
It was the complete
The
opposite
only
for
thing
me.
that I felt like she shielded me from was the tooth fairy, and that was like the only thing I actually believed in. And then boom, it's gone.
Like to this
That
day,
was-
bro, I still believed in
That
it.
was the
Like,
biggest slap in my face, bro.
no, because it's like no one has ever told me that it wasn't real at all, and she told me that it was real. And I know that, like,
No.
and especially now, me believing in like energy and stuff like that. Like, I was like, maybe this is real, you know? Because you never know what's really out there. I haven't really seen anything that's like, you know, just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean like it's not real. So it's like, damn, what if that shit is real?
Right.
And I would like money would literally be under my pillow, bro. My teeth would be gone.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, and I would never wake up in the middle of the night. But the crazy thing is that I remember finding out that Santa Claus wasn't real and not being like shocked about it, but I never told my mom for like the next 2 years. She would like, oh, Santa's coming, and I'd be like, oh my god, Santa?
But
And I
really,
know he wasn't real, but I was just entertaining her. And then the next year, which was 3 years later, I told her, Mom, I know it's not real. And she was like, oh, and I was like, I found out a day ago. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah. But I didn't want to ruin that for her because I feel like, I mean, she had 2 children before me, but I'm the youngest, so I felt like she still wanted to baby me, you know?
Yeah.
I knew about Santa. So I gradually got to know that he wasn't real. And my grandma, I was like, I'm happy because my grandma would like bring me presents and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah. And
Right.
she's like, yeah. I'm like, Santa's gonna come. She's like, you still believe in Santa? I was like, oh damn. I can't live. I was like, yeah, I do. I was like, I don't. What did I do? She knows that I don't, but because I'm older now, I'm just like, okay.
Dang. Who didn't tell her?
No, I can imagine that already. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
She's like, you still believe in that? I was like, oh, well, I just said I did. Well, now I don't anymore, but
Right.
yeah. Guys, I think it is time for your bedtime story.
5 seconds. I was about to switch the thing for you to get.
Yo, that's 5 minutes.
I was
Yeah,
putting
I was
bedtime
looking at
story
Hey,
up
say
right
your
now.
little line.
My line?
Hey, for the bedtime story.
Bedtime story.
The other one.
Wait, let me get my phone.
Buenas noches.
The other one.
I don't know what you're trying to make me do.
Go tuck yourselves in.
Oh, okay. Go tuck your. Hold on. It's time for your bedtime story. Go tuck yourself in. Close your eyes or keep them open. It's only 11 o'clock, but even if you're not going to go to sleep, pretend you are and imagine it.
Yes, sir. You better imagine it.
Okay, that'll be my line from now on. I didn't know.
Yes,
Okay.
I thought you knew.
I
Like,
didn't know. I said that on a whim
see,
last
it's supposed to
time.
be unspoken, bro. Like,
I'm sorry. Oh God, I'll edit it out. I'll edit it out in the video. Grace, edit it out in the video.
That's how you feel come with me, bro.
Yes.
Alright, guys, we really got to get to this story.
Okay.
We have to do our outro.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. I'll have it open.
Yeah, I have it open.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie Bryce. This is the tale of Charlie Bryce.
A boy who found 100 lice.
Skipping in his greasy hair and jumping high into the air. In morning class at school that day, before they all went out to play,
A nasty little louse broke free and landed on poor Emily.
Who screamed aloud for all to hear, something wiggling in my ear. Miss Morris calmed the classroom down, then turned to Charlie with a frown, and said, "Hold still and please don't scream."
I've called the fumigation team. A moment later, 6 big brutes, dressed head to toe in yellow suits,
broke down the wooden classroom door and flung poor Charlie to the floor.
The brutes released 100 mice.
To the feast upon the wretched lice.
and then, I promise you, no joke, they pumped his hair with bright green smoke.
From that day on, the whole high school thought Charlie Brous was super cool.
The lice had gone, his hair was clean,
And stayed the most outrageous green.
The
end. And this picture at the end shows Charlie Bryce's green, big afro hair,
Mhm.
and then a bunch of kids throwing kisses at him because he's so cool, and he's surrounded by like many friends.
Yes. So
Yeah.
in this bedtime story, you learn to wash your hair, kids.
Or else you're gonna have green hair. Okay,
Okay.
guys, thank you for joining our podcast tonight. Vibing with us. We
Yes.
love all of you guys' vibes. You already know this.
Don't-
Tune in tomorrow on Saturday.
Right. And don't forget to
love
leave a
it.
like for everyone who's watching.
Please.
And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe so then
Yes.
you can get...
Someone who is not subscribed is watching. I know, because I checked the charts.
Go subscribe, guys. If you like us, well, come back next time. If you
Yes.
don't like us and you want to see more of us, and then you may end up liking us, and you'd be like, wow, I
Wow.
think I based them. Go subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And check the polls that we put up every day on a Thursday, on a Friday, and a
Instagram.
Saturday to vote for the topics we talk about. We end up talking about all the topics, but we mostly talk about the topics you vote for. So don't
Which
forget to vote.
was first time experiences. So I think we're gonna close out.
shoot, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, we didn't.
Okay, fine, we did. So,
Bro, that don't count.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. We didn't even cover half the questions we talked about.
Because we're gonna have a little something special tomorrow.
Yes, this stream was very, very chill, and we were kind of off topic half the stream, but this is how most of our talks go, anyways.
That's how we do.
Yes. So, anyway.
So, if you stayed all the way to the end of the podcast, you're OG.
Yes.
Leave
your favorite movie.
And comment
your
Happy
favorite-
Lunar New Year to all of you.
Well,
Yo, look at Church's thing.
Well, what do I say now? I guess bye, guys.
Yeah, you say good night to them. Oh, you're...
Yeah. Well, sleep tight, y'all. I hope y'all liked our bedtime story. There will be another one tomorrow.
Right.
And don't forget, we're going to have a special tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Bye.
Also, it's the year of the ox.
Come again. Y'all know that thing?
Oh, yeah, at the end of the
Yeah.
Y'all
Nickelodeon stuff.
again. It was like some Spanish guy, and he's like,
Yeah.
bye.
Have a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, bro.
All right.